we have the Winnebago. We're at Love's, and we just left Las Vegas. And we are on our way to Utah, up at Blue Mesa in the Rockies, and then on to Sturgis. So follow us, everybody. It's going to be a long adventure. We'll try to fill in the gaps as we travel. We left Love's. We're on the road in this little tiny Winnebago that you see there getting filled up with fuel. And we're heading to those mountains way over there in the hills in Utah. So follow us as we continue the journey, headed to Sturgis by way of round trip, a few round little trips. Check out the hills, check out the mounds, check out the mountains. It's got them all. On 15 North. We got the motorcycle right behind us. You can see it right back there. We're keeping an eye on it so we don't lose it. So follow us as we continue the journey. We will have a destination eventually. And as we continue our journey, heading through the mountains, heading to Utah, give you a nice view of the land, a lot of open range, a lot of not much of anything out there but traffic. So stay with us, everybody, as we make our way, headed to Colorado and on the way to Sturgis, South Dakota by RV. And some great views as we travel up and down the mountains. The scenery is awesome, everybody. So flow with us as we truck, or shall I say RV in it. And as we continue to wind through the mountains here, very barren type looking land. And we continue our journey. Remember, everybody, it's not the destination, it's the journey getting there. And we continue the journey, get a little bit more domestic here, everybody. Got some restaurants, some rest stops, just past the casino. And we're still in Nevada, heading north on 15. Well, everybody, we're leaving Nevada. And welcome to Arizona. 1912 to 2012, Centennial. Now we are Arizona driving. Just think, it's even hotter here than Nevada, and drier, and mountainous, more mountainous, as we continue our journey northerly. It's a great place to put a hot dog stand right in the middle of the intersection of the desert. Go figure, everybody. And we're pulling into TA Express, Travel America, for a little break. So follow us, everybody. We'll be back. And we're going to take a little break here at Beaver Dam, about 1 mile down the niche here. And we're going to head over to Travel America, take a little break, and then continue our journey. So follow us after our break, and we'll be back on the road, heading north. Just love this hot dog stand here in the middle of the desert as we cruise through Arizona. Well, we're back on the road on 15 heading north. We're about 300 miles south of Salt Lake City, but we got this row of mountains in front of us there, you can see. We're going to be going through St. George Pass and cruising through these, I want to refer to them as little mountains. So let's follow us, everybody. On Lake Florida, we got Mount Trashmore, But in Arizona, they got some serious ones here, so let's keep trucking as we continue our journey north to Sturgis and Colorado. Follow us. Trying to give a really good experience here of these rocks as we make our way through the paths. Very cool looking experience here, everybody. Think of yourself as a settler with a Conestoga wagon trying to make your way out west, and you run across this. This is amazing. Excuse our bumpiness, but our driver's I think he's looking for every bump in the road. Check it out, everybody, as we make our winding curve around the pass of the mountains. Imagine building this road. There's another slight idea. I think we need to slow down a little bit here, JR. Our driver's getting a little carried away here, I think. But what an experience driving the road here through the pass, heading north on 15. (2,000 feet elevation as we pass the Virgin River off on the right, and we just continue winding and making our way through the mountains of Arizona. This is actually leading north into Utah, which is where we're going to be heading to get to Colorado. Nice ride. An experience and an adventure with motorcycles and poker adventures. Take the ride with us. Great overview of the mountains in the background there as we make our way up North 15 in Arizona. Valley between the mountains there and the pass we're actually taking as we wind our way through. Great motorcycle ride, great motorcycle road. If you haven't experienced it, northbound 15 through Arizona is awesome. And we're actually making our way to the St. George area, and we're south, way south of Salt Lake City. So continue the experience. Follow us, everybody, on Motorcycles and Poker. We're going to continue this journey north as we make our way to Colorado. I'm going to give you all a great view as we continue our journey downhill. This has been a downhill run for the last mile, and we're going to make a curve around these mountains through the pass. We're heading through to the St. George Pass area. But what a ride, everybody. It's like being with Easy Rider all over again. Traffic's light. The roads are great. The scenery is awesome. And the formations are unbelievable, incredible. We made it through the port, going through Arizona, and we are now entering Utah. Follow us. Now we go north another 120 miles, and we'll be heading to Colorado through Utah. Well, we're cruising in Utah. You can see the scenery is awesome. The roads are great. lot of barren, desolate type land. Very mountainous. So stay with us as we continue our journey north with motorcycles and poker adventures. I decided to make a little pit stop here in Utah on the Service Plaza. A little break with the Winnebago, the Sequest, or shall we call it Road Quest. The boat's the Sequest. Got the mountains in the background. Heading north on 15. Again, 2 Sturgis. Taking a little break. Got the Silver Spider behind. We got the Yellowbird on its way from Cleveland. So follow us, everybody. Great mountain view back there. Rest stop again here at Utah. So come join us and follow us. Quick little break. Well, we're continuing the journey north. We got the sun setting in the west. We'll try to get a little sunset this evening. We're on this curvy little road called North 15 in Utah and heading to Colorado. We're going to get 70 and head east. So follow us. We'll try to pick up a sunset this evening and see what we can do. Excuse our clean windows here, everybody, but what can I tell you? Well, we're getting off of 15 North in Utah and going to be heading to 70 east towards Denver area. And we'll be heading closer to those mountains that you see ahead of us and heading to the Rockies. So follow us. It's going to be some interesting driving for the next maybe 4 or 5 hours as we hit the mountains, which will probably be the next day. We're going to make this a 2-day trip instead of a 1-day trip. So stick with us. Now traveling 70 west. We got a great view of the mountains behind us. Take a quick look back there, everybody. You can see them. And that's where we headed. Cool looking terrain, everybody. Come follow us as we make our way to Sturgis and historic Cove Fort. We officially entered Fish Lake National Forest here in Utah. It's becoming more tree-worthy than sand-worthy. Temperatures drop down tremendously as we get in the higher elevations of the mountains, and we are headed toward the Rockies here on 70 east. So stick with us, everybody, and we'll keep on RVing it and motorcycling it until we get to Sturgis. Great scenery in the back, good tree lines, but this is part of the National Forest here in Utah. And there's a great view of the National Forest as we weave and wind around the hills here. I'm going to call these hills, not mountains. Very green, very forestry. Maybe that's why they call it the National Forest of Utah. Check out the valley there, everybody. It winds around here, so check it out. Clear Canyon we're headed through here in Utah. We got the sun behind us. We got a little shadow. But check out the lay of the land there, everybody. It's kind of cool. Combination of forest going into the mountains, heading into Colorado by way of Utah on 70 east. And downhill for the next 5.5 miles down through the valley. So come follow us on our adventure. And we continue to have some great scenic views as we continue cruising the hills of Utah, which is again part of the National Forest, as we're heading east on 70. So check it all out, everybody. It's a cool little ride. Try to close in on those mountains a little bit for you. I got a bouncy driver, so we're trying to hold the camera steady as we can. It's actually Fremont Indian National Park here in Utah. It's got some great rock cliff formations here as we wind around again. Fremont Indian State Park. Beautiful scenery ahead of us with the walls. We got a decent sunset. Unfortunately, it's on the other side of the mountain, but we're getting some nice reflection from it. As we make our way under the bridge, pick up the wall of rocks directly in front of us. We'll try to pick those up for you guys. And as we wind around, we've been on a downward run for about 4 to 5 miles now, coming out of the mountain. So check out the terrain as we continue our journey eastbound to Colorado. I want you to check out the rock formations, the cliffs, the overhangs as we cruise through 70 here, winding through the mountains of Utah. Great looking scenic route. It's a great route for a motorcycle experience if you've never been through this area. And again, this is 70 eastbound coming off of 15 north. And the formations are just awesome, and the roads are not bad, but they're windy and they're steep. When they go up, they go up. Great views, everybody. Great terrain, great flow. Come ride with us through Utah.
Even Brandon's excited.
We're going to pick up this mountain cluster on our left. Wind through into the valley. We've got a good sunset off to our west. You can see it coming over with the shadows of the mountains. What an awesome ride, everybody. Great experience if you've never run 70 East in Utah. Across some really different formations here that turns kind of like a white, like a sandstone effect or color in the edge of the mountain there. As we head to Joseph here in Utah. Make our way along 70 again eastbound. We got a great big electrical grid work here that runs kind of parallel with 70. It's kind of cool. We just went underneath it. We missed it. So we're going to go down a little ways. We're going to hit a little town up here with the Loves. Time to refuel and continue our journey eastward here in Utah. Check out the terrain, everybody, as we keep RVing and motorcycling it Pick up this setting out here with the sun coming over the mountains, the hills, as we make our way again on 70 eastbound. It's absolutely interesting terrain that we're cruising in. And you can see the sunset on top of the mountains over here. As we cruise. So follow us, everybody. We're going to try to get a union driver to be a little bit less bumpy. Continue our drive. We have the grid we're going under. We got a great sunset. We got JR over there cruising. JR, how's the journey?
Fantastic.
The journey, everybody, is better than the destination. I think we finally got that dug in.
I'm going 65 in an 80-mile-an-hour zone.
He's driving like a real human being, enjoying the destination later, but enjoying the journey now. All right, JR. Check it out, everybody. 70 bound east in the mountains. Great sunsets. Great sun hitting the tops. And we're just kicking along. Follow us on Motorcycles and Poker Adventures as we continue on to Sturgis, South Dakota for Bike Week. And we're just making it into the town of Salina in Utah. They got food and motels, something out here. So follow us, enjoy the voyage, or shall I say journey, as we make our way to Love's for our next pit stop. Well, we just got off the exit. We're heading to Love's. Time to refuel, or maybe Chevron. We'll do one of these two. So take a little break, and then we're off and on our way. Follow us on Motorcycles and Poker Adventures. Well, as the sun sets, as they say in the West, we're going to drive about another hour tonight. Be heading over to a Love's for the evening through the mountains. Should be a nice, cool evening. Temperature drop is probably about 18 to 20 degrees from what we've had this afternoon. So we'll see you tomorrow after our next pit stop. Follow us on Motorcycles and Poker Adventures. Doing a little night driving through the mountains of Utah with a continuation of traveling east on 70 towards Colorado. So it's a little hairy driving, but not bad. Great scenery.
Good roads.
Good sunset we had, and the road is awesome. So stay with us, everybody, for our adventure on our way to Sturgis, South Dakota. Got some beautiful rock formations, curvy roads, winding through the mountains here. You can't ask for much more. And a semi goes flying by us. What more could you ask for? Follow us, everybody.